Hey guys, Impulse Plays here. Now today, bringing you a new Platinum Trophy video. And this one is Gollum. Now, I highly do not recommend this game. This was torture. Anyway, we kick into it and we first see Gollum. Quality is very, very bad. But first start off making our way to the cave, and this is where we get our first trophy. There's 6 different mementos to look for in Gollum's cave, and we find them.
No nice friend was he, precious.
And the first trophy pops. So we look at the shrine.
Perhaps she helps us.
It's number 3, I believe.
Perhaps.
And number 4 is just round here.
And if she's not happy, what does she do then, my love?
Then we look at
Black's hole, bird's foot, all the same.
this one here.
Just names in a stupid song.
Number 5, and then we look at number 6 on this rock, and there we go. There's the first trophy, Memories.
Precious, my birthday present. It came to me.
Then we carry on walking through Mordor, and Gollum gets chased by these orcs. We make our way through, find these 2 birds, and Gollum does what Gollum does, tries to grab them. Then we have a tailing mission where we have to follow these
And it's 2 of them.
2 orcs.
But quiet.
Now there's only 2 missions in the entire game where you get to tails, and quite frankly I'm happy because they're awful. After tailing them, we find this first orc and we throttle him, which then kills him. And then we make our way and we find some rocks and throw it at this light, which then causes this other orc to fall down into the spider lair because he can't see in the dark, apparently. We then find a beetle, and then we get the option to kill it or just keep watching it. Now on my first playthrough I decided to do it for a Smeagol playthrough,
Beetle wants us
so
no harm,
I had to
doesn't
convince
it?
Gollum on why the beetle should
It could be.
live. Sorry.
Beetle just wants to eat pollen, perhaps. Pollen. Yes. It hasn't been following us, has it? It likes us. Look. Look.
There we go. Smeagol won the argument. After we let the beetle live, we get caught and we have to make a break for it. So we jump down into this abandoned cave, but it doesn't work. We get caught. And there we go. There's the second trophy, the Wraith, which is finished chapter 1. We then get interrogated by Gandalf,
What did you tell him? What did you tell Sauron?
who brings up a lot of questions and a lot of flashbacks for us from the time we get caught.
Nothing. Nothing. We swears. We swears.
And then, as we're jumping through, I fall to my death, which becomes the 3rd trophy. Die for the first time in this camp. Then we make it through, and the jumping button doesn't work, but it gave us our 4th trophy. We fell into lava. And then we carry on with the story until we get our first bit of bread, and this orc decides it wants to take it from us because he's a giant bully.
Please.
We say no, we get punched in the head, and then we carry on. We then get told we're going into the sewers, so we drop down into the sewer and we start swimming. We then have to try and sneak past all these orcs. So as of doing some climbing, we drop down and we just decide to sprint past them. We make it up onto the bridge, do a sneak into this little box, and we hide in this box.
Keep still now. Steady.
Then we have to do an Assassin's Creed style jump down into some water, which gives us our 5th trophy. Then after making our way through some more of the story, we fall down, and there's a lot of parkour in this game, really. And with a game that is potentially broken, a lot of the jumping mechanics don't work as well as you want them to. But we carry on making our way through, and this is where we find our first collectible, which gave us our 6th trophy.
Never shoot, but we
Then carrying on through the mission, trying to navigate where we gotta go. We then jump onto these wooden machinery parts. After a while, I figured out where to go. We jump onto these ledges, and we make our way up and up. After making it up into the room, we then have to find the plans for the building. Find the plans, sneak away into this little gondola, and there we go.
too late, little oxes, too late.
We then get caught. Now we have to find 3 tags while on lava, and then we do a lot more parkour to get up to the top,
Redstone.
to chuck in some redstone into these barrels and watch them explode. So now we have to make our escape. We jump into a little metal bin,
This conspiracy.
and then we get another conversation of Smeagol or Gollum. Obviously I go Smeagol.
Don't tell the precious.
Smeagol wins the argument, and we blame the orc, and we say bye bye to Nasty Orc, which gives us our 3rd trophy for completing chapter 2.
Lever.
Pull these levers,
Simple enough. No. Do
and after the day's done, we go back to our cell. We speak to the frail man,
Riddle question. Poor man couldn't answer. So.
and then weeks later we get called up into the Candleman's office, and he basically says we are his slave now, and we get another option.
A trick to send Smeagol into the light.
Obviously Smeagol won the argument again, and we get told we have to make some birds, and we make ourselves our first bird, who will be our little companion throughout this game. Then the 8th trophy pops up, finish chapter 3, and we start chapter 4. We get a new cellmate, who is called the Greshnak.
No, let me explain. Oh, shut up, Greshnak.
As you can see, he's not very well liked, but this is the start of a trophy. We have to get him killed in every possible way, so he has to put the borax into the pen, so we get him killed there. And then we've got our 2nd and last ever tailing mission, which is a very annoying mission. But we make our way to the top and find the target. We decide to eliminate the target. We play our little game,
Does it? Where is it? Where is it now? No.
and once we've finished him off, we then run off and jump to safety. And we end up back in our cell
Smeagol will keep watch.
with the Greshnak.
Aren't you tired?
Of course we are, of course.
And now we decide to talk behind his back and get him sent up into
Just a couple of
the chamber. Now we decide to try and escape, so we are climbing up through the outside of the tower, then into the bird feeding room, And we make our way all the way up to the top as close as we can. And this is where Gollum decides to be a superhero for some reason and has the most unnecessary dive ever. We then make it to the Greshnak, get him out of his cell before he dies by the red light. We make it all the way down into the sewers. There's another part of the trophy where we kill the Greshnak here by flooding him. There we go, restart checkpoint. So that's 2 out of 3. After completing the sewer mission, we escape through the sewer. He has a little glitch through the ladder. And then we decide to climb the ladder. Then we have to climb up through spider territory until we get to this little opening, where we let Smeagol win the conversation again, so we don't end up killing this orc at all.
We can't find it. The precious is gone. We swear.
And we see the Greshnak on a cart escaping without us. So now we have to make our way through without being caught, and luckily enough we do. We make our jump to safety, and there we see we have escaped the camp, the orc camp, which then gives us another trophy, finish chapter 5. So now we're on 10 out of 37, and then we have to save the Greshnak once again because he's going to stumble onto the orcs. So we drop a wooden pole so he can hear the orcs. So he knows he goes to the other way. So once again we take him through the spider lab where we see Shelob. Now we have to convince Gollum to escape with the Greshnak. And thankfully it works. And now we get this Crash Bandicoot styled PS2 runaway gameplay, which was awful in my opinion, like extremely awful. This game it hurt my brain in many ways. But once we complete this, then the Greshnak makes some noise which actually saves us, and Shelob decides to go over, and as you can see in the silhouette, the Greshnak does get caught by Shelob, which means no more Greshnak. And Gollum seems surprised. But then that gives us our 11th trophy, kill the Greshnak in every possible way. And the 12th trophy, the spider, finish chapter 6. So now we're on chapter 7 and we see the blind elf, and we carry on making our way through and progress into the story. And as we get into the Riddle Master's room, we play around with this painting and it says "so silly." So that's our 13th trophy. Then we recover the bell so we can get into Mel's room. And the elves are currently looking for us because we have escaped again. And Mel decides to help us. And there comes our 14th trophy, finish chapter 7. We get another option, so we convince Gollum to work with Mel. Smeagol wins the argument, so that way Mel trusts us.
Good choice. Come on, I want to.
Now, we find there's bells all the way along, and you find the 6th one, you get another trophy, and then you find 4 different foods, that's another trophy. So there's 2 trophies in the same area. And now Mel has opened up the haze for us after doing a really confusing puzzle. And we get another option to either let her sleep or just let her leave.
Not enough.
Smeagol wins the argument again, which means we push her to move forward through the haze
Not how I remember
and
it.
find our escape.
It can't be the
We come
other
out the haze and it's not
It's not.
the other entrance. We just did a full loop and we get caught again by the elves.
Please, Smeagol is good now.
Our king has a few questions for you.
And wouldn't some answers be sweet?
After being caught by the elves, we get our trophy, 17th, finish chapter 8, and now we go for a nice little walk in this scenic area with the two cruel elves, who their plan is to use truthflings on us to find our true nature, but we decide to throw it down to them so we can get some answers for ourselves. Then we find the Riddlemaster's room, find he's speaking through a beacon, slap it away, and then we escape once again. And then we get our 18th trophy, which is finish chapter 9. So now we start chapter 10, and we've thrown enough rocks to get our 19th trophy, Trigger Happy. And we have also got the 20th trophy, Sweet Darkness, for closing too many lamps. We then get caught and we get brought to Mel so we can open the door and help her. We then open the door and Mel takes us inside. We meet the Riddlemaster, and now we have to convince Gollum. We then get the No Room for Gollum, where we choose every Smeagol option, and the Riddlemaster gets shot because of us. And then we get our 22nd trophy. The cook, the elf guards and the Riddlemaster all have died. And then Gollum decides to be a hero, swing and stab the source. After doing that, we navigate a little maze and we finally get to finish off the Candlemaster. After finishing him, he's down for the count. We then get the Friend trophy, finish chapter 10, and now we go back through the chapter selects and find all these different collectibles, and that gives us collectibles part 2 trophy, gather 20 collectibles. While doing the collectibles we find some miscellaneous trophies like this one. You stole food from Mel's table and jump in off the towers 3 times for the break a leg trophy. We then swim into a pond and catch a fish, which gives us another trophy. And then the long grinding trophy of just swimming 2,000 kilometers. We then carry on with the missions and we get the scout trophy, discover all vantage points. And then we come to our last collectible that we pick up to get the Rule 'em All collectible. So now we're on 30 out of 37. Then we carry on. Throttle this guard to save the cook for a trophy, but we also get the Murderer trophy, where you kill 10 guards, I believe it is. And we watch the elf cook escape. We then hit the Beastmaster with a rock and save the 2 elves. And then we get to the Riddlemaster. Gollum wins the argument, which means this orc has to be taken down. So we save the Riddlemaster to get the Elf Friend trophy, where all elves are saved. Then we go back through chapter 2 and complete the sequence. No, complete the segment, sorry, without taking damage for the Nervous Hands trophy. And then we carry on speaking riddles to Mel. And after finishing these riddles, we carry on within the game and we get the Masters of Old Game trophy
Was that a word?
for
Needs words.
you completing every riddle with Mel. And now we go back through doing every Gollum, which gives us another trophy for No Room for Smeagol. And the hardest trophy that I probably could have thought about of this entire game, with it being so broken, is the How Did You Do That trophy. Complete the game without dying, which was by far the hardest trophy. And then Perfectionist, which is the Platinum trophy. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching. It's been a stressful time to do this trophy. It has sent me back about 33 hours of playing Gollum, which is probably the worst game I've ever played so far. But I have managed to do the Platinum, and I've just lost so many brain cells. But at least you guys don't have to do it now, because you have seen the absolute torture of what this game is. So thanks guys for watching, as always. Hope you enjoyed. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you find yourself coming back, and peace.